Hello, everybody. Welcome to this session that's all about manifesting, which is one of my most favourite things to do. I've been doing it since I was a little girl. But let's start by asking the question, what actually is a manifestation? Well, a manifestation is anything that you bring into your reality through your thoughts, your feelings, and your beliefs. And actually, we are always manifesting because every thought you have impacts your energy, and your energy creates your reality. So let's say you're always thinking low level thoughts like, I'm not good enough. That is going to impact your energy. And it's going to be a lot harder to attract things into your life or situations into your life that align to your true authentic self. And then the opposite is true when you think high level thoughts like, I am good enough. That's when it becomes a lot easier to attract things into your life, positive situations or scenarios that really align to your true authentic self. Okay, so to put it simply, your every thought you have impacts your energy, and your energy creates your reality. So there's quite a lot of science behind manifesting. It's not just some kind of like crazy woo-woo thing that you think of. It really makes sense. So there's a 4-step process to manifesting. The first step is you need to let go of resistance, or really start to let go of any self-doubt that you might have that you even deserve your hopes and dreams. Because if you're always, doubting yourself or maybe listening to your inner critic too much, it becomes really hard to even think about what you might want from your life, because you're kind of in a permanent state of stress and anxiety. So first on your manifesting, because you're kind of in a permanent state of stress and anxiety. So first on your manifesting list is to let go of that resistance. Really start to kind of honor the fact that we all have an inner critic, but for this moment, when you want to manifest, to silence that inner critic so that it can't kind of get in the way of you really identifying and manifesting your hopes and dreams. And we're going to release resistance in a minute with some tapping, because it's the perfect way to really set your energy up for manifesting. And then number 2 is to set a goal. So it's really hard to get somewhere when we first haven't set where we want to actually go. And this is also what you're going to do today, where you're going to write a letter to the universe. So make sure that you've got a pen and a piece of paper. And this is really important because we need to actually identify what it is that we want from our life. And it's not just about material things or things that we want to achieve. Quite often, manifesting should also include ways that we want to feel. Maybe you just want to feel more calm or more present in your life. And often how we feel can then in turn create a manifestation. So it doesn't have to be about specific things that you want to achieve or want to do. And I'll talk about this in a minute, but it's really important to pepper your letter to the universe with how you want to feel. And then the third step is to act deliberately, or not act deliberately, kind of learn to attract deliberately. Sorry. So when you do this, what you're doing is you're making it an active process. When you manifest, you want to co-create with the universe. You certainly don't want to write your letter to the universe, put it to the back of your drawer, and then just sit back and think, right, come then universe, let's deliver me all that I want. Okay, because that's not going to work. You need to be really active with it. So you want to start to visualize it. You want to think about it. You want to dream about it. You want to speak about it. Maybe you want to do a vision board. That's a really lovely way to kind of visually see your hopes and your dreams. And all of these things help to bring it into your reality. So let's say that you are desperate to manifest financial abundance. You're like, I have no idea how to do that. I don't have any savings. How could I ever do it? And you can really just get yourself into a kind of a fear spiral. But maybe that day you go, okay, I'm going to put £10 into a savings account. That's not necessarily much at all, but it's taking a small action. So when we manifest, it is a really kind of, it's an active process. You're not just passively sitting back and just hoping for everything to come your way. You're co-creating with the universe. And then the fourth step is to act as if. And this is a really, really important part. It's wonderful. So when you start to act as if, you start to act and feel and think as if all of your hopes and dreams have already happened. And this is also called future pacing. So the more you do this, the more you are affecting your energy. And the more your energy is in a place of calm, stillness, inner peace, the easier it is to attract the right things into your life. And most importantly as well, tune into your intuition. So you're going to be able to focus your awareness on the things that really matter, or the things that might help you get to that goal, or maybe you can turn things away that might not be aligning to whatever goal you have. So that's the 4-step process. But first, let's get started today by getting you guys ready to write your letter to the universe. And we want to do that by calming your nervous system. It's really hard to manifest when we're feeling stressed, anxious, ruminating over the past, overthinking the future, and we just don't feel present. So let's start with some breath work. And belly breathing is the best way to engage your parasympathetic nervous system. So take a minute to place both feet flat on the floor. Make sure you've got your pen and paper handy. Then place one hand on your chest, one hand on your belly, and then gently close down your eyes. In a minute, I'm going to guide you. So to breathe into your belly, when you breathe in, your belly and your hand will go up. And then when you breathe out, your belly and your hand will go down. Feel free to force your belly out at first. I've had 2 kids back to back. I always have to force my belly out at first, and then that will help you connect to your breath in your belly as I guide you through a very small visualization. Eyes gently closed, hand on chest, hand on belly. Breathing in through the nose as your belly and your hand go up. Exhaling out through your mouth as your belly and your hand go down. Breathing in, your belly and your hand go up. Exhaling out through your mouth as your belly and your hand go down. Breathing in, your belly and your hand go up. Exhaling out through your mouth as your belly and your hand go down. Let's do 2 more. Breathing in, belly and hand go up. Breathing out, belly and hand go down. Breathing in, belly and hand go up. And then breathing out, belly and hand go down. Then bring your breath to a gentle rise and fall as you gently imagine 2 balls of golden light are glowing bright underneath both of your hands. And these balls of golden light are completely calming, completely soothing, and completely protecting every single part of your internal world. You are completely safe. You are completely protected. So with every deep breath that you take, you feel that golden light glowing brighter and warmer. So you gently begin to tune in to any limiting beliefs that your inner critic might be telling you right now. What limiting beliefs hold you back from manifesting the life that you want and deserve? Does your inner critic tell you that you're not good enough, that you're not clever enough, that you're not talented enough, that you don't deserve your hopes and dreams? What limiting beliefs does your inner critic so often tell you? And just take a minute to reflect upon how much they've held you back in your life and how exhausting it is to listen to them. And maybe take a moment to tune into how much self-doubt your inner critic loves to fill your mind with. And then I want you to take a moment to rate that doubt. So 0 being I have absolutely no doubt that I'm going to manifest all of my hopes and dreams. 10 being I'm really doubting myself. Or maybe you want to pick a number on resistance. So 0 being I have no resistance to manifesting my hopes and dreams. I am fully ready. 10 being I'm really experiencing a lot of resistance and I'm finding this hard. Where would your number be? Either on self-doubt or resistance, 0 to 10, with no judgment. And then take a deep cleansing breath, breathing in through your nose, letting go through your mouth. And then gently open your eyes as you lower your palms back down into your lap. Then we're going to do just a little bit of tapping to release that resistance. Let me just move this down a little bit. Tapping on the karate chop. Repeat after me. Even though I have some limiting beliefs, I love and accept myself anyway. And even though I have an inner critic that can make me doubt myself, that's okay. I'm a human being. And even though I can sometimes doubt myself, I love my body. I love my mind. I'm open to the possibility of believing in myself once again. And then moving around to the inner eyebrow point as you close down your eyes and repeat after me. These limiting beliefs. Outer eyebrow. They hold me back in so many ways. Underneath the eye, this inner critic. Underneath the nose can fill me with self-doubt. Underneath the mouth, these limiting beliefs. Tapping on the chest, prevent me from manifesting my hopes and dreams. underneath the arm, my inner critic, tapping on the head, can fill me with self-doubt. Inner eyebrow, I realise now, outer eyebrow, that my inner critic doesn't tell the truth. Underneath the eye, so I wonder if. Underneath the nose, just in this moment. Underneath the mouth, I can release these limiting beliefs. Tapping on the chest, I choose to relax and feel safe. Underneath the arm, I choose to release these limiting beliefs. And tapping on the head, because they've held me back for far too long. Okay, place your palms facing up, shut down your eyes, deep cleansing breath, breathing in. Then letting go. Then with your eyes gently closed, gently checking in again to that number, either on self-doubt or resistance. If you're noticing any tension in your shoulders or your neck, feel free to kind of roll your shoulders up and maybe move your neck from side to side like this. Gently check into your number, again with no judgment. As you very slowly start to release some resistance. So then tapping on the carotid, you're opening the eyes. We're going to do another round. Even though I still have some limiting beliefs, I love and deeply accept myself anyway. And even though I still have some resistance, that's okay. I am a human being. And even though I can sometimes doubt myself, I love my body. I love my mind. I choose to release all resistance. And then moving to the inner eyebrow point, repeat after me. Thank you, inner critic. Outer eyebrow, for trying to keep me safe. Underneath the eye, it's okay, you can relax. Underneath the nose, I choose to release resistance. Underneath the mouth, I choose to release self-doubt. Tapping on the chest, because they're holding me back. Underneath the arm, from manifesting my hopes and dreams. Tapping on the head, I deserve success. Inner eyebrow, I deserve happiness. Outer eyebrow, I deserve to be loved. Underneath the eye, I deserve to feel joy. Underneath the nose, I deserve my hopes and dreams. Underneath the mouth, so just in this moment, tapping on the chest, I choose to release all resistance. Underneath the arm, I choose to release all self-doubt. Tapping on the head, I deserve my hopes and dreams. Palms facing up, shut down your eyes, deep cleansing breath for me, breathing in. Letting go. And once again, tuning in to how your body feels in this moment. Just gently checking in to your number. Where's your number now? Either on self-doubt or resistance. Even if it's gone down by 1 point, your energy is ready to manifest your hopes and dreams. So So gently open your eyes. We're going to do one more round before you guys write your letter to the universe. So tapping on the karate chop, repeat after me. Even though I can sometimes doubt myself, I love and deeply accept myself anyway. And even though I can sometimes have limiting beliefs, that's okay. I can still manifest all of my hopes and dreams. And even though I do have some resistance, I love my body. I love my mind. I choose to relax and release all of this resistance. I believe in myself. I believe in my abilities. And then move into the inner eyebrow point, repeat after me. I believe in myself. Outer eyebrow, I believe in my abilities. Underneath the eye, what are my hopes and dreams? Underneath the nose, what feeds my soul? Underneath the mouth, how do I want to feel in life? Tapping on the chest, what do I want to manifest today? Underneath the arm, I believe in myself. Tapping on the head, I believe in my abilities. Inner eyebrow, I can achieve. Outer eyebrow, whatever I want to achieve. Underneath the eye, I am excited. Underneath the nose, about what my future holds. Underneath the mouth, I am ready. Tapping on the chest to manifest my hopes and dreams. Underneath the arm, I am excited about what my future holds. Tapping on the head, I am ready to manifest my hopes and dreams. Closing down the eyes, palms facing up. Take a deep cleansing breath, breathing in, and then letting go. Again, just checking in with the body. If you need to roll your shoulders or neck in any way, feel free to do that. And just gently checking in with your number. Where is your number now, just in this moment? Feel free to now open your eyes. Even if your number went down by like 0.5 points, that's still good, okay? Your energy is now ready to start manifesting the life that you want. So this is the exciting part. Get yourself a pen and paper if you haven't already. You're now going to write your letter to the universe. And the way that you write this is really simple. You write it in the present tense, okay? So it's essentially just a list about what you want from your life. And I'm going to read you a few little things from an old one that I wrote just after I'd had complete burnout. I wrote, I am happy. I am a mother. So this was before I was a mum. I have healthy and happy children. I love my job and I run a successful business. This was just before I started Happy Heads. My job is meaningful. I take time for my friends and family. I am happy. Okay, so that's just a few things that I have on my list, but that's just to show you that it's in the present tense. And I want you to really pepper it with things that you want from your life. So of course, things that you want to achieve, things that you want to bring into reality, but also with how you want to feel. Maybe you just want to feel more inner peace. Okay, so right, I feel inner peace. So it's in the present tense. And I would also really encourage you to dream big. If you want to win an Oscar, then write, I have won an Oscar. If you want to write a book, write, I have written a #1 best-selling book that sold millions of copies worldwide. Okay, go big. And you can be as specific as you want. If you want a dog that has a certain colour, don't know why I'm saying that right now, but write that, I have a golden dog or whatever it is. Okay, so you're now going to write your letter to the universe. I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to play some music whilst you do this. I do apologise. I will get better at figuring out the best way to play music during a YouTube live. But for now, I'm just going to play it through here and I hope you can hear this. And I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes to write your letter to the universe. I hope you can hear that. Someone give me a thumbs up if you can hear that music. Don't worry if you can't. Okay, so I'll give you guys 1 more minute. So just 1 more minute now. Okay, guys, so start finishing up your letter. Don't worry if you have lots more to write. You can always add to this. Remember, you can manifest. There's no, you don't have to manifest like once a year. You can manifest as much as you want. Manifest every day if you want. But remember, this letter to the universe is always write it in the present tense. Okay, write it in the present tense. And then what I encourage you to do at the end of it, I always write on mine, I call it a faith statement. So it's like a kind of an overarching statement of how you want to feel. So it could be, I feel joy in every day, or I will be who I want to be, I am happy. I encourage you to write that kind of faith statement at the end. So that kind of really helps you to see, how is it that of all of these things, how is it that I want to feel? So now that you've written your letter to the universe, do not put it to the back of your drawer. Put it somewhere that you're going to see it. So I always put my main letters to the universe, I put behind a picture of my dad, who I very sadly lost when I was only 7 years old. I have a picture of him in my bedroom, and I always look at it, so I know it's there. I think pictures are good because you can kind of see it, but also I encourage you, to pin it up on the wall. Just put it somewhere that you can see it, and then you can read this every day. And actually reading it is the next step that I want you guys to do. I know it's impossible to do it on a YouTube live, but what I want you to do now, when you get off this YouTube live, or when you stop it, is to read this out loud. Read it out loud to yourself and just notice how it feels to be reading your letter to the universe out loud. It's a big first step. Remember, one of the things that we have to do when we're really starting to like bring it into our reality deliberately is we have to speak it. And then the next thing I'm going to encourage you guys to do is call up a really trusted friend, someone you love dearly, you trust, or maybe it is your partner. And I want you to read it to them. This is big, and it can often feel, whenever I run this manifesting workshop, I've been doing this for over 10 years now, it's a really emotional one. Lots of people, feel filled with tears because it's the first time, possibly ever, that they've been saying out loud how they truly feel. And it just shows that it's a really important step in the manifesting process. So call up a friend or a partner, someone that you really trust. Read it first out loud to yourself, okay, just to see how that feels, and then call up someone that you really trust and love and read it to them. It's so powerful to not only speak your dreams, but to also be witnessed by someone. And I'm really proud of everyone that's turned up today, whether you're watching this live or the recording. Manifesting really, really is such an incredible process, and it just really helps you to identify what your hopes and dreams are, but most importantly, starting to bring them into your reality. And of course, if you did want any more one-to-one support, then please do get in contact. Kim at happyheads.me. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much, guys.